Yes, there's always going to be some serious elements of footy that we talk about, but what makes me grounded is not being too serious in certain moments and having a laugh and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, they've got to be the top of
That's I remember one day they were in here, we've had Andy on a little bit, because Harry knows him a little bit and he's had a bit to do with the show, and one day they were both in here filming. They had 10 people working on the show, and we've got 3 and we think that's pretty cool. They had 10 people. Yeah, obviously footy is very busy, and to have a few outlets like podcasting has been really enjoyable and something I've lent into the last sort of 2 or 3 years. It was probably 3.5 years ago when Harry and I had the idea of doing something together, and up until that point we hadn't really explored doing something sort of collaboratively. I remember we did a little test run at one of our houses, and it was sort of similar to what it is now, just sort of a lot of banter, and even back then it sort of flowed sort of half nicely. We normally do it in the afternoon when no one's around. So MJ will come down and pick us up from the elevators, and we'll say good day, whatnot, and then we'll use a run sheet to sort of come back to, but a lot of the time it just sort of rolls off and goes in any direction, and that's sort of the fun part when it's not planned.
Kieran and Henry. Henry's the bloke that you gave the kid you gave the boots to last year. He's growing quick.
3.
What did we spoil?
I spoiled, I think.
Henry F1 movie about 10 times.
Obviously our podcast is footy related, and that's still really important. I mean, we are footballers, and that's always going to be our number one priority, but to have a platform to speak about what we think on our clubs or things that's happened throughout the week, a lot of it will be footy, but there's always a few segments or moments that's non-footy related, and sometimes, to be honest, they're the best moments. I pour the waters because I'm a good bloke, whereas these two are pretty lazy on their phones.
This is performative.
Yeah, I remember the first time someone came up and said they'd listened to the podcast. It was a really enjoyable, sort of heartfelt moment. It's football, but it's also, there's siblings who listen, there's mums, there's kids, it is a community sort of vibe when people sort of come out and say they enjoy it, because it is for everyone. I've learned a lot in the 3 years we've done it. I remember early days, it was quite hard to listen to, even listen to your own voice back, and you sort of forget that, thousands of people listening, and, obviously on social media as well. So, if you had asked us 2 years ago versus now, how comfortable you are, obviously we've come a long way, so that's really important. I've always enjoyed doing things like this, and whenever you do, a bit of media, some guys hate it, some guys like it, and I think it's important to try and, bring across your personality and character in a really organic way. I think it's just enjoyable knowing that you can sort of, put a smile on someone's face, or in the car they can put it on and listen to what we're up to and have a laugh, or give an insight. The ability to sort of switch off from footy and have this to sort of look forward to, and what actually is required, is really exciting and something I enjoy. It's more than just the podcast, you know what I mean? It's everything that sort of comes with it.